Hi, this is Andrew Bridgewater. I'm here today with Peter Googe, and Peter's an expert nutritionalist, and I'm delighted to be able to talk with him because he really does know his stuff. And the great thing is that our approaches to health and nutrition are extremely similar, in that when we talk, we just find that we're agreeing, we're sharing ideas, we're reinforcing each other's ideas, and that's extremely refreshing. We also, inevitably, there will be some things where there are slightly different perspectives, but I think the most important thing is that this is somebody who has something really valuable to say about your health and nutrition, and about creating the healthy foundation which will mean that weight gain and weight loss will never be a challenge for you again. So hi Peter, it's great to see you.
Hi Andrew, thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure. And so here we are in my living room, and it's a wonderful November day actually, the sun's shining outside. So what we wanted to talk about initially was this whole idea of creating a healthy foundation in your life and the importance of doing this. And we were just saying before we started recording how for many people this is the time of year of colds and flu and stomach bugs and every other ailment that you can imagine, and many people accept that that's just the way life is. And in fact, I probably did at one time myself. You know, accepted that 3 colds a year is the norm.
Me too, yeah.
And that you know, you were lucky if you didn't. But actually, we were both saying that. I mean, it's at least 3 years since I've had a cold, and I guess it's probably even longer for you. In that you don't have to suffer these minor ailments. But not only that, what we're also saying is that when you have these minor ailments, they're an indication that there is something deeper rooted that's wrong in the system. You know, that can give rise to all sorts of other complications and things like cancer, diabetes, strokes, heart disease. All of these major illnesses are a function of not looking after yourself. So I just wanted to talk with you about this importance of creating a healthy foundation, and what, in your view, are 3 or 4 simple things that people can do which will actually put their health on a good foundation every day.
Okay. Well, when you talk about persistent colds, it comes down to the immune system. Now, I was the same. You know, before I did all my research and got interested in this subject, I thought colds were just a fact of life. You get them, you get over them, and you wait for the next one to come along. But I'm actually the same as you. I haven't had a cold now for about 3 or 4 years. Or I'll rephrase that, not what I used to call a cold. You'll get the odd symptom, you'll have a sneeze, you might wake up with a sore throat, but what used to last 3 or 4 days now lasts 3 or 4 hours, and it's gone.
Sure.
And it's all about keeping your immune system healthy and strong.
Yes.
But what you see and what you feel is an indication of what's going on inside. So a poor immune system can lead to persistent common colds or frequent common colds, but it can also have problems with your skin. You mentioned cancer. It's very strong linked to cancer in the immune and a weak immune system. Yeah. So it's all about taking control of what you are doing, what you are putting into your body, not only from a nutrition point of view, but also scrutinising things that may be adding toxins into your system.
Yes.
And taking your own control, because if you do know you are a person who gets frequent colds, then there's obviously something wrong. Yes. And there is a root cause of all of this, and it's not just simply a case of going to get a cough mixture from a chemist, or going to the doctors and taking whatever they give you nowadays. I don't know. I haven't been for years, so I don't know. But it's not just a case of that. There is obviously something wrong, and I always say that the symptoms that express themselves, either from our lungs or through our skin, it's telling us, your body is telling you that there is a deep-rooted cause of all of these things. But what usually happens is someone will have a skin problem, and they'll put something on the skin at that very point, thinking, oh well, it's on there, so I need to put something on that patch. But 9 times out of 10, simply by changing your nutrition, having better nutrition, and scrutinising any toxins that might be coming in, that does the same thing and a lot more.
I totally agree with you, and I think this is where, to some extent, the health paradigm is upside down. We're looking down the wrong end of the telescope.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people go to the doctor or go to seek medical help with a symptom, and the doctor has a few minutes in which to diagnose why this symptom, and will often prescribe something which actually deals with the symptom but doesn't get to the underlying cause.
Absolutely, yeah.
And let's face it, every cell in the body regenerates over a period of time, and the only thing that really makes any difference is what you put in. And yet so little attention is paid to that in the medical training world.
Absolutely. And sorry to interrupt, it's all about what you put in. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
It's huge, and I think this for me was the profound learning, that when you get it right, when you understand what you put into the system, you wouldn't dream of putting diesel in a petrol car. You know it won't run. And yet effectively this is what many people are doing with their bodies.
And I think the human body it contributes to its own downfall.
Yeah.
In how, and what I mean by that is that the human body has such a large capacity to put up with rubbish for a very, very long time before something snaps.
It does.
Now the analogy of putting diesel in a petrol car is absolutely bang on, but I sometimes I wish that the reaction of doing that was as quick in the human body as it is in your car, because you can't drive a mile without it packing up.
So interesting, yes.
But if you put your own fuel in the human body, it can put up with it for years before something expresses itself.
I think that's so interesting. There's a phenomenon I really like called the slight edge. Book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and he says that the small simple things that you do every day can either put the slight edge to work for you or against you. And nutrition is a fantastic example, because by making some small simple changes to your nutrition, you put the slight edge to work, and those benefits compound month after month after month to create this healthy foundation. Conversely, you put the slight edge to work against you by eating fast food regularly, consuming lots of alcohol, consuming cigarettes, not getting any exercise, living a life of stress, then literally the slight edge puts you into a negative spiral. And that's when people get into trouble, but they're looking for the quick fix. But actually it hasn't happened quickly, so why would you expect to fix it quickly? So you're right about the analogy not quite working there, but I think that this is so powerful that once you understand this sort of principle of the simple changes that you can make, then you really don't have to succumb to health challenges for the rest of your life.